Hey, welcome to Spitful Beer Review. I'm Jammer.
And I am Shagdog, and I'm throwing beads, bitches, so get them all out.
Yeah, get them all out and flaunt it, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Shagdog. I was so excited. I had a premature opening.
Oh, yeah. That happens.
Yeah. Every once in a while,
You bust one open early.
Get a premature opening. I mean,
yeah. What you got there, Jammer?
I got Jester King's Super Ultramega Hyperforce. It is a farmhouse ale with tarragon, ginger, salt, and cantaloupe.
Anything special in the can?
Well, I could tell you that if it wasn't open already.
Yeah, I'm doing a Mardi Gras Bock by Abita. Mardi Gras Bock. Oh, okay. Jester King, that's Mardi Gras themed, right?
Yeah, that's their big drink in New Orleans.
Yeah, two of their drinks. They have the Hurricane and the Jester.
The Jester is supposed to be the most powerful drink.
Yeah.
I had it. It wasn't that powerful. Of course, I can't really tell because I had a lot of other stuff that night. So.
Yeah, that's true. I'm doing with yours.
I wasn't driving.
That's true.
And
yours
had a friend to help me back so I wouldn't get rolled.
Right. And you were hitting on a girl from St. Pete in front of Domino's.
Can you imagine that? I was hitting on girls from St. Pete that I met in New Orleans.
Yeah. She was telling you how she flew directly there from St. Pete to New Orleans.
I'm sorry. I keep interrupting you. Go ahead.
So your beer is considered a Saison or whatever by Beer Advocate, 4.5%. It says Intergalactic farmhouse ale with ginger, salt, and tarragon, fermented with cantaloupe. Oh.
Yes, and Freaky Freak says, "Hi guys, greetings from Italy." Hey, I'm going to be in Italy pretty soon.
Hey, thanks for stepping in there from Italy with the big boot.
Yeah, thanks for your comment, guy.
Yeah, Jammer, I'm doing the Mardi Gras Bock by Abita. It is actually considered a Maibock on Beer Advocate, and it's 6.5% ABV and 79 on Beer Advocate. I didn't give your score on yours. 88 I got on Beer Advocate for yours. And mine has caramel malts, pale and pilsner malts, and then it has German Perle hops. So we should see how that is.
Mine is very
Cheers.
I don't know if you see that, but it almost looks like a lemonade.
Yeah,
the head is quickly dissipated. It's eggshell type peg, egg white. I mean, type head that's quickly dissipated. Looks frothy, I do smell the cantaloupe. I am picking up a little of the tarragon. Actually, I'm surprised because I usually, it smells pretty good. I'm going to dive in.
All right. Yeah, mine's a little coppery orange looking. It's pretty clear to slight cloudiness in it, but yeah, I'm ready to go. Oh, sniff, yeah. Smells malty. A little hop, that pearly hop in there. Yeah, doesn't smell too bad. Cheers. Salute.
Cheers. Salute. Hey, I'm going to tell you right now. First sip, right off the bat, I pick up the ginger and the little saltiness that turns into sweet, a faint cantaloupe taste. Faint, very faint. But I do pick up the little tarragon. It kind of causes a little bitterness. And it has the qualities of the farmhouse ale, there's no doubt. It's actually pretty decent. I'm surprised it only got an 88, but
yeah, that's pretty high in my book for a farm ale.
Yeah, Freaky Freak says, "I'm going to open one here too. It is 4 p.m. Oh, yes, it's you know what the song is. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, but you could do it at 4.
Yeah. I don't know why my
Awesome.
that's usually bigger, isn't it? That when we show that, I don't know what the hell's up with
What
that. That's weird.
this?
The text, yeah.
Yeah, well, you probably have it set up for that banner.
Uh,
I kind of actually like this one, Shagdog, so far, but I'm not going to grade it right away. I'm going to get into it just a little bit more.
All right. Yeah, mine's malty, like slight caramel, toasted.
Yeah. And that is the which one again? Is that one the Bock?
It's the Abita Mardi Gras Bock. It's
I think I
supposedly a
remember
Maibock.
that one.
Yeah,
I
you
think
did
I
this
remember
back
that
in July. I looked. You did it in July or August or something.
one. I can't remember what I gave it, but
It was probably a spring leftover
yeah,
from last year.
that was from the trip that we took there. I brought it back.
That'd be funny. Yeah, that'd be
Back in
what?
2011, 2012, whatever it was.
It was 2013 we went. Or
Yeah. Ronald
yeah,
Wright gave it
2013.
to me. No.
Yeah. Was that when we got that beer? First time we did that? We did do it around that time, right?
I'm going to tell you, this is actually pretty smooth, easy to drink, refreshing. It's pleasant tasting. I mean, and it's got the salty, which isn't overly salty, but it's got the salt there, along with that tarragon and that cantaloupe and ginger. The ginger gives it a little zing. I like it. I'm actually going to give this a. I'm going to give it a. Oh man, it's not an. It's a B plus, but it's not an A minus. It's a B plus and a swarter, a swallow and a quarter. Where'd you go?
I'm right here. I was trying to see because I don't know if the screen might be screwed up because I swear when we show the comments on the screen it's a lot bigger than that. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I can tell you where that's at.
Yeah, we're at.
Let me
Where's
find
that
it here?
Excuse me.
Go ahead, talk about your beer. I'll look at this.
All right, yeah, toasty, malty, a slight hop. I've only recalled doing 1 or 2 Maibocks before, which I thought they were a lot hoppier. Yeah, so this one's kind of mild compared to the other. I didn't like Maibocks because of 2 I did way back in the day. Matter of fact, when we did this back in the day, I thought it was a Bock because that's what it says on the can, just Bock. Doesn't say that's about being a Maibock. So, but it's pretty good. I wouldn't give it a super high score, but nice malty with a good perle hop right there in the middle, and then it kind of dissipates as it goes further back on your palate.
Oh yeah.
I would give it a B plus of a swallow. There we go.
Oh, that's pretty good. B plus of the swallow. Freaky Freaks did another comment. Where I live, we drink forced beer. They force
so they force you to do it.
Yeah, force you to drink beer. Man, that's
or
terrible.
F-O-R-S.
Yeah.
I think I did one of those about 5 or 6 months ago, actually. Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
So let me ask you, Freaky Freaks. I see these articles about Italy selling these houses for a little bit of money, not very much. They're giving like 80 grand for renovations or whatever, and 20 towards the purchase of the house or something like that. And in these areas that a lot of the younger people have moved away from. How bad are the houses, if you know, and how small are these little towns they're talking about, if you know any of that? Just curious. I'm going to be there in a few months, but I'll be headed that way. But it'd be interesting to see somebody who actually lives there and what they have to say. Hey, what other beers do you get too while you're at it? Because we get these. Well, of course, the Peroni, right, Shagdog? You get Peroni.
Peroni. I forget the other one we had before. It was like an amber something.
Yeah.
Damn, I forget the name of that one.
Yeah. I can't remember the other ones too.
Yeah. It was like would start with an R or S. I can't remember what it was called though.
Yeah,
I can Google it real quick. Let's Googleize it, right?
Want to Googleize it?
It's like excitement abounds. Italian beers sold in America. You got that's it right there. Moretti is what it was. Moretti.
Yeah, that's another.
Yeah. Yeah, we did one or two by them. Peroni. And then the Forest one, I had one of those back about 5 or 6 months ago.
It's amazing. I can get like 6 different types of Ukrainian beers, but I can't get 7, 6, 8 different types of Italian beer.
Oh, that's crazy, yeah.
Something's not right there.
Oh, that's probably a deal with the Bidens there with the Ukrainians.
Yeah. Well, please help us. We'll give you our beer.
Yeah, we'll send you 4 of our top beers.
Yeah. And then you're like, well, that's like an attack on America right there. Now the beer was actually pretty good so far, so I'm surprised at how good it is actually. Yeah. But I'm not too surprised because it's near Poland and everything, so right there in the hub of things, you know.
Yeah, probably got some good pierogies over there too.
Yeah, I guess we lost Freaky Freaks.
Oh, okay. That was a great name. So, shows 2 views. Cool, but yeah. All right. Yeah, I can't find anything about how to put the comments up because usually they come up big. Make big, you know?
Make big. Well, that's part of the style.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go back into maybe the settings, maybe down in the settings or something.
I don't understand that because I had it there, you know.
Yeah, because I usually don't have a hard time reading that stuff. It's almost as small as our little things there, you know. Anyhow,
whose little things?
Yeah, because it usually comes across. It usually comes across the whole screen, don't it?
Yeah, mine does. Especially when the camera's up close.
I'm trying to see if there's another. Maybe because I swore we used to be on that one, but something changed on this shit. I don't know. Okay, fine. Hey, that one's nice. Put baby in corner.
Nobody puts Shagdog in the corner. Yeah.
Yeah, so I gave this a B and a swallow. B and a swallow. Yeah.
Awesome.
Sure. It's not bad. I like it. This is one of those Abitas I could probably buy a whole 6-pack and drink it all.
Here's a George Foreman.
Yeah, George Foreman.
Yeah, not bad.
George Foreman was worth over $300 million, Jammer.
I'm not surprised because
net worth.
The Foreman grill made him super rich.
Yeah, because he was broke in the 80s. So that's why he came back to boxing.
Yeah.
And then when he did boxing, then he started getting all those, he's old man boxing, 42, 44, however old he was. And started getting all those deals and, made out like a bandit.
He have a fetish of naming his kids George. Georgette.
Yeah. 12 kids, and 5 or 6 of them.
I'm surprised he could get his wife to agree to that.
I know. Because you had George Jr., George the Third, George the Fourth, George the Fifth, and I think George the Sixth, and then Georgette, one of the daughters. So you had 12 kids total.
Yeah, I can just see that the wife going, how much are you worth now again? Oh, 300. Yeah, go ahead. Name her Georgette.
Yeah. Matter of fact, after that one, Georgina, if we have another girl.
Yeah. And then Georgia.
Yeah.
I'll keep popping them out.
I hope it was the same mother. I mean, imagine, the typical, I don't mean to be stereotypical, but, African-American father.
Oh, I thought you were going to say typical rich having like 4 different wives.
No, I was talking about typical African American father, stereotypically, not all,
No, that's a
having
stereotype for sure.
10 kids with 5 different women or 8 different women or it happens sometimes.
Ah, see that the fact that you found out about the incentives that the province is allocating to repopulate the uninhabited towns of northern Italy is really crazy. Actually, there's a couple of news articles on it that came across in my little feed and everything. So I've been looking at that, and I'm like, hey, it would be great to be able to buy a place over there. They're saying that you have to live in it for 10 years or rent it out. That's the difference. Before it was you had to live in it. And I'm like, I can't just pick up and live there, and especially when I don't have a job that I can, actually do like
you
remote.
You could do DoorDash.
But to live there or rent it out, I could live there part of the year and then rent it out part of the year. That would be awesome. Or is it going to be like rented out for so many years and then I can come live there? Because I would, I love how beautiful Italy is. A lot of different countries over there in Europe I love, but Italy is a very pretty country.
What part of Italy are you from there, Freaky Freaks?
They might not want to say.
Yeah. I do have my great grandparents came from the Naples area. And my 3 of my aunts were born over there, but my grandfather was the 4th oldest, and he was born here in America in 1908.
Awesome.
Then he robbed a cradle on my grandmother. He's a little bit older than my grandmother. She was born in 23. No, not that much, but 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, about 15 years older than her.
Man, player.
He was in his 40s. Like when my mother was born, I think.
Did he have that kind of money?
Yeah, he was 40 and my grandmother was 25 when my mother was born. Did they have that kind of money?
Did he have that kind of money to grab her?
I don't know. He was a World War II veteran. He was a boxer, an amateur boxer at one point. I don't know what he did for a living.
I know what he did. He took a few dives for some big money. That's what he did.
Probably. Yeah.
He played his role. He played it well.
Yeah, he did his part. Yeah. But then he died when he was 42. So under mysterious circumstances.
For the championship, he didn't want to give it up.
Yes. Well, supposedly he was a body cast, and I don't know.
Wow.
He died, had a heart attack or something. Yeah, when he was in a body cast.
That's terrible.
Something happened. Got some type of injury. We had to be in a body cast. Back in the 40s, 19.
Well, if you ever get a chance to grab one of these Jester Kings, give it a shot. I mean, it can't hurt. I mean, I think it was pretty tasty, actually. It's only 4.5 ABV, so that's not bad at all. I should say it's super Ultramega Hyperforce. It's Jester King is the brewery. I keep saying that.
Yeah.
But super mega ultra mega Hyperforce is the beer. So it's an SUH. Yeah, I can imagine.
Unless old people are your thing. Yeah.
Well,
I'd fit right in.
You've always dated older women, so there you go. Move to Italy.
But older women now, though, I mean, I used to be in my late 20s, date women in their mid 40s. I mean, they'd be in their mid 70s, late 70s now or something. So,
well, you could go ahead and fix up one of those houses and then invite young, unsuspecting women to come visit you at your villa in Italy.
Yeah.
One of your many villas. This is the one you live in Italy at.
Yes. My other one is in Spain and
and in America, France. Colorado, up in the mountains of Colorado, you have a place.
About 50 miles outside of Denver.
And that's when you get over there to Colorado, you can knock on Jammer fans' door and say, "You said you could put us up."
Yeah.
If you're,
It's my villa.
this is the place I normally stay at.
You imagine Julia. Oh boy,
Yeah.
she'd be upset.
She probably would, wouldn't she?
There's
Jammer
Fan. You got it. Gentlemen.
You know, you're losing that word loosely, aren't you?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you put that on. You take a few pictures of your villa there, when you're outside your villa, sitting on the patio or whatever you want to call it, and looking at the Italian sky. You know, I guarantee you there'll be some girl that will tap into that and say, "Hey, you know what? Hello there, Shagdog. I would love to see your villa."
Possibly. As long as she's Italian, not American.
Well, I doubt you're going to get the Italian girls to come out to the country like that.
That's true.
Now, you tell a girl from Spain, maybe, and she'll come out there.
Oh.
That's the way you have to find a place in Spain so you can invite the Italian girls to come.
Right. Well.
Or France.
Yeah, I don't think I would do well in the villa.
Well, every man needs to know their limitations.
Yeah. Well, I'm ready for the next one, Jammer. You ready?
So let's get to the next one. Awesome. Freaky Freaks, Jammer fan, thanks for your comments, guys. Join us on the next one. Trust me, there's a reason why young people it's escaping from Italy. Low wages and sky-high house prices and making life impossible.
It sounds like Florida.
Yeah, it sounds like Florida, definitely. You know, the two top retirement states in America are right now?
South Carolina and West Virginia.
South Carolina and West Virginia. Yep. You saw that.
I read the article the other day. Yeah.
Isn't that
West
crazy?
Virginia's got it rough. Yeah, South Carolina, but they're mostly going to the coast, like between Hilton Head or Myrtle Beach.
But here's the thing.
And there's some going to Columbia or Greenville.
Myrtle Beach is bad for sharks and stuff.
Yeah, and there's a lot of ghetto by Myrtle Beach too.
Yeah. And West Virginia, that's you might as well. You talk about terribly.
Yeah, unless you're by one of the
beautiful state, but deadly poor people. I mean, it's just people on the dole, the government assistance.
Right. I don't know if the big cities are modern, Charleston or West Virginia.
They're modern, but the thing is that it's just, you know, if you're going to buy any land in there, you're not going to be able to afford to retire in the cities, I'm sure, you know.
Oh yeah, you're going to have to go to the west part of West Virginia by the Appalachians, right?
You're going to have to get up there, and then the other thing is that there's a lot of drug dealing in West Virginia.
Meth and a whole bunch of stuff, yeah.
And then if you believe the conspiracy theorists and what do they call them, the golly, what do they call those guys that prepare for everything?
Emergency
Boy Scouts? No, not Boy Scouts.
Boy Scouts. The Weebelows.
Hoarders, not hoarders, but what's that?
Oh, preppers.
Preppers. Yeah. If you believe them, they also are saying that there's a lot of these terrorist cells, you know, training in West Virginia. They own big pieces of property up there, and they fence it off, and they're got their guards at the gates all around it, taking.
So is this domestic terrorist or foreign terrorist?
Foreign.
Yeah.
And
you can say that about a lot of areas. Yeah. Europe and America.
Let's get on to the next beer. You're depressed.
Let's do it. I know. More excitement on the next one, right?
Yes, more excitement. All right. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. Thanks for you freaks, Jammer fan. Join us for the next one. We'll be right back. Take care. Jammer.
Shagdog.